I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now today's piece of content comes directly, this really is directly off the back of another piece of content. So a few weeks back I was contacted by Code 118 about their stealth wallet, and it was a style of wallet that I'd seen before and I'd actually been quite interested into making some content on, and I'd actually been looking at the wallet that we're going to look at today, which was really quite cool because just at the point that I'd hit the okay, let's get one of those, then I also got another one from Code 118 as well. So there's a link to that one up there. So what we are here today to look at is the card holder wallet from Secrid. So it's quite a nice segue that from the Kingdom of the Moorlands to across the sea, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. These are a small, slim, minimalist style wallet designed and made in the Netherlands. And these are very, very popular. I think when I think of these style wallets, which we'll have a look at in a moment, this is the main one that always pops to mind. There are other versions or there are other similarities out there, but this is definitely the one that I think most people have. So I thought it'd be useful today to have a look at it, think, well, actually, are there better versions out there? Well, maybe not, I don't know. We'll have to find out. No, there's just different ones really at the end of the day. You don't have to watch the rest of the content. No, you do. Obviously, you have to watch the rest of the content. Now, what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around so we can take a close look, and whilst I'm doing that, if at any point you enjoy this content or even find it mildly amusing, then please feel free to hit the like button. That would be amazing. And subscribe. I'm trying to see if I can hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. And share the content. That is how I get more likes and subscribers. But for now, let's take a closer look at the card holder wallet from Secrid. Okay, so as we usually do, we'll go through some measurements, some materials, and then we'll have a look at the actual features of the wallet itself. Now, as far as measurements are concerned, I'm actually going to bring in a card here. So this is a standard size credit or debit card. I'm just going to place this on top, mainly because I suppose it gives you a better idea of just how small this wallet is. When you think of other wallets where you've got a billfold and there's several other pockets and zips and things in there, this really does take it down to a minimum. So that's a card on the top there. It actually comes right up to the end because of the mechanism that's inside here, but that's just to give you an idea of how of the size of this. Now in millimeters, it comes in at 63 millimeters by 102 millimeters, and it's only 8 millimeters deep. Now I know I keep getting asked if I could do this in inches as well. So in inches, that is 3 3/4 inches by roughly 2.5 inches by roughly 1/4 of an inch. I think it's slightly larger than 1/4 of an inch. I don't even, whatever that is that 5/16? Crazy kind of maths. So yeah, it is relatively small. Now when you put it on its side like that, you really do get a good idea of just how thin this wallet is. At the moment, this is sitting with there are 5 cards there. If I bring in this 6th card, it's only a few millimeters thicker than 6 cards when I hold them next to each other like that. So it is very slim and has a very slim profile when it's in your pocket. The actual material that this is constructed from, it's constructed from aluminium. The whole thing is constructed from aluminium, apart from a few extra parts. So like the mechanism down here is made from quite a tough plastic, and then there are some other bits of felt on the inside. But the vast majority of this is made from aluminium, which means that as far as weight is concerned, you certainly don't need to worry about how much this weighs because it comes in at 48 grams. It really is feather light. It's ridiculously light, especially when you've got no cards in it like this. It's crazy just how light this is. Now, as far as different options are concerned, the version that I have here, this is called the titanium version. Now, it's not because it's made from titanium, it's purely down to the colour. As far as different colourways that there are with this, if you have a look on the Secrid website, you'll see there's easily between, and this is just a guess, but I'd say there's easily between, say, 20 to 30 different colours. Some of those are flat colours: red, white, blue, pink, brown, orange, green, and then some have nice patterns on them. But they're all, the vast majority of them, especially the ones that are coloured, it's anodised onto there. I'm guessing there might be some that have anodised and then there is something that goes over the across, maybe some sort of sticker, mainly down to the complexity of some of the patterns that are on there. There isn't really a front or a back with this. I guess there is. When it pops out, you'll see that the cards come up in a certain way. But the front here is completely blank, apart from, hopefully you'll be able to see, down here I have a Moorlander EDC edition. I picked this up from, where did I get this from? I got this from Slim Wallet Junkies, who also have a YouTube site, so I'll leave some links in the description below so you can see their YouTube channel. They make some really nice content, especially on slim wallets, as you'd expect from Slim Wallet Junkies. But they also have a website that you can, when you purchase these, you get an option to be able to have something, what's the word? I was going to say burnt onto it. That's not the word. Lasered etch. Well done, Moorlander. On the reverse, it's completely blank. This side is completely blank. Let's call that the flipper side. So on the flipper side, there's no markings on there. And then on the opposite side, you'll be able to see here that it just has it has the Secrid, which I think is really nice, mainly down to the fact that this is a very simple and subtle kind of wallet. Now, as far as how it works, I've kind of already shown this off already. So this is designed to work with between 4 to 6 cards. Now, during lockdown, I've actually been able to reduce down the amount of cards that I use. So this is 6 cards, but these 6 cards are all completely flat cards. If you have a few embossed cards, you might find that it will probably drop down to, say, 4 or 5 cards. Now, I do have an additional one, mainly, and the main reason I'm saying this is, so if you look on the website, it does say that it carries between 4 to 6 cards. I have a 7th card there, and it still fits in. I've been carrying 6 cards. I think 3 of those are embossed and 3 of those are flat cards like these, and I've still been able to fit in all 6 cards, even though the website says it's only really designed for up to 6 cards. You can fit an additional one in there if you choose to. And it's a very simple mechanism here in the bottom left hand corner, if you were to look at it this way, or it's the opposite corner that way. And this is where I mentioned I don't think there is a front, but I kind of guess really that there is a front, because there's a pivot here. You can see you can see the mechanism, and the mechanism has a stepped wedge on it, so that as you swing it round, the steps force them up so that they come up. And it's just a simple, you just flick it and they pop out. It's very subtle. It's actually really nice. It's a really nice action. There are some others, card companies, that do it slightly different. But I think with the action on this, it makes it a very simple action, because you literally just have a pivot here that pivots that, and then all of the cards come out. And then if you're after a specific card, then you can just feather through the cards to the one that you want. Personally, when I use mine, I keep the cards bank card that I use the most here at the front, and then I keep my driving license and ID here at the back, as they're mainly the ones that I'll need to get to the most. The way in which it actually works. So one thing that we always do this, okay, when it comes to card holdery style wallets, we always do the international shake test. If you shake it, will the cards come out? I do have to say that if you shake this, it doesn't even need to be a particularly vigorous shake. And I doubt the validity of this test, because whoever holds the cards and does what you can see me doing here with them, but some people still ask, if you shake it, if they do come out. On the inside, if I hold that like that, you can just see on the inside. So what you have is there's an additional clip here. Now that clip isn't actually the retention clip. So that's on the inside, which holds in there a piece of felt. and it's a piece of felt, and it's the same on both sides, and it looks to be a reasonably strong piece of felt. When this clip holds it in there, you can see that it's pushed in a good millimetre, and there's a good millimetre on the other side as well. So as this slides in, it's actually that felt that holds it in place. I think if they put a wider felt, it would just hamper this experience of just being able to click that and push it out. You want it to be able to release as relatively seamless and as easy as possible. And it does that, it certainly does that, but if you're concerned, if you're the type of person that throws your wallet across the room all the time, just be careful, because there is a chance if you throw it hard enough or it spins hard enough that your cards may possibly come out. Now, I did mention that I'd show some other similar card holder style wallets as well. So the first one that we have here, this is the Armour wallet, very similar to a Ridge wallet. So when you have the Armour wallet on here, you can see that the Armour wallet is quite a bit smaller. Now, the main reason for that is, if I take one of these extra cards that I've got here, is exactly the same size as a card. The difference with the Armour wallet over the card holder from Secrid, sorry, my mind went blank for a second there, is that no matter how many cards, if you have 7 cards in here, then it will still only ever be this thick. Whereas with the Armour wallet, hopefully you can see there, the Armour wallet is nearly as thick as the Secrid wallet before you've even put any cards into there. And it's the same with the Ridge wallet as well. You see a lot of the photos of the Ridge wallet and it's always from a certain angle. But if you were to put 7 cards in here, then it would be roughly twice the width. The next one that we've got is actually a wallet that I love this wallet, and I certainly talk about this a lot. So this is the Atenu wallet, the Tenuo wallet. So with this one, you can put 4 cards here in the front, and it's exactly the same in the back, so that you can get to these cards. Now, if you look at them side by side, hopefully you'll be able to see, as far as the width is concerned, they're roughly the same, because this also has a detent system in here to make sure that those cards don't come out. The only difference would be mainly in the length, whereas the Secrid one is slightly longer, and again, that just comes down to the fact that it needs to have that mechanism in there in order for it to work. I'm just going to take these out. The last one to show really is the one that I mentioned at the beginning of this. So this is the Code 118 stealth wallet. So I was looking at this one when Code 118 got in touch and asked if I'd like to make some content on this, and I was like, yeah, sure. So the main real difference between the two is that with the Code 118, so at the moment with the Secrid, I've been showing it with 7 cards in there. With the Code 118, you can fit 8 cards into there, although they do exactly the same. So with the Secrid, it's up to 6, but you can get another one in there. And I believe with the Code one, with the Stealth wallet, they do the same. I think they say 7, but you can get another one in there if needs be. The other subtle difference between the two is, if you look at the length, the Stealth wallet is actually slightly longer, and that's because of the mechanics that are in here. So as I mentioned with this one, there's a pivot here, so that as this turns, the pivot pushes those up. So the overall length of this, the longest it will ever be, is from there to there when this is kicked out. With the Stealth wallet, the length of this really does never change, because rather than this swinging down, it slides across just like that. Actually, let's turn these around to make it look nicer. So it slides across, which means that it doesn't particularly grow in length. Now, I would say, of the two, I like the both of these wallets, and I don't really think that there is a better of the two. However, I do find that the action on the Code 118 Stealth wallet, the action just feels just a little bit smoother and more refined. And I think mainly that becomes into the mechanics that are involved here in order to be able to push that across and to have these come out. I also find that with the Code 118 you get a much smoother kind of feathered on them, whereas with the Secrid version, it's still nice, but it just doesn't feel as smooth as the Stealth wallet. But again, you know, they're both very, very nice wallets. I've got to say though, especially the Secrid, you know, when this is in your pocket, you really don't notice that it's there. Now, I'm a back pocket kind of person. I always carry it in my rear pocket when this is in there. These corners are all nicely rounded. It's not a perfect round, but there's no sort of 90-degree corners on there, so that when it's in your pocket, it just fits. When your bum's on it, it doesn't certainly dig into your bum. Having this in the front pocket, again, you just don't notice that it's there. And I think if you were looking for like a nice minimal slim EDC carry, to have something like a wallet like this and a ridiculously slim knife with a 2, it's got a real kind of sophisticated James Bond look about it, and yeah, it does look really cool. Now you can definitely see why these are liked so much. I think as far as build quality, I think as far as value for money, they're great. If you're looking to get into minimalist style wallets, and I definitely recommend have a look through some of my other wallet pieces of content, because I talk long and hard about the virtues of just dropping all of the stuff that you don't need. If you really look into your wallet, what really do you need in there? There's probably about 5, 6, 7 cards that you use on a daily basis. Everything else is just blah that you carry with you on the day. Receipts from 3 years ago that you just don't need anymore. Scaling all of that back to a smaller minimalist wallet is, I keep using the term, it's like a breath of fresh air, and it sounds like a cliche and a hyperbole, but it really is. It's, you know, it's just so much nicer to just grab a small wallet like this, and plus, you know, when it's in your pocket, you're not going to have to worry about having to go and see a chiropractor once you've had to do a long car journey with one of these in your wallets, because they're just one of these in your pockets, because they're just so small. I think Secrid are onto a bit of a winner, mainly down to the fact that they've got a lot around this wallet as well. I'll leave some links in the description below so that you can see more from on the Secrid website. But there are different cash carry clips. There's an extra kind of sleeve that you can put this into as well. So if you want to carry additional things with your wallet, then you can do that. I think Secrid have built a very nice ecosystem around this wallet as well. Plus, you know, they come in. I certainly didn't count them this morning. But there's probably, I'm guessing, between 20 to 30 different colours and different styles and patterns and so much more. I'll leave a link in the description below. There may also be some affiliate links in there as well. If you choose to use those, it's to no extra cost to yourself. It just means that I can continue to make content like this. Full disclosure, I did purchase this. This wasn't sent to me by Secrid, although, you know, if we do want to work together on a Moorlander EDC limited edition run, that would be pretty cool. But yes, all of those links will be in the description below, and there'll also be some of my social media links. So yeah, it's a cracking wallet. But hey, for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC.